We begin the broadcast at the State House as lawmakers wrapped up the first day of a rare special session. On the agenda, redrawing the state's congressional districts. But Democratic members of the House spent hours stalling the measure. Our Josie Frost joins us live outside the State House now with the details on what happened today. Josie?
That's right, JR. Lawmakers spent hours today on the House floor debating this proposal, but they did not take any formal vote today. Now, also today, the governor spoke publicly for the first time, standing by his decision to call this special session.
I have not spoken to President Trump about this at all.
Governor Henry McMaster says his decision to call lawmakers back for a special session on redistricting did not come from pressure from President Donald Trump. The current proposal to redistrict would change the maps for the 7 U.S. House districts, aiming to turn the 6th district, which has been held by a Democrat for years, to a Republican-leaning district.
There'll be dislocations. There'll be some discomfort, probably. There always is some. But I think we've got to get it done. We're living in a dangerous time.
On Friday, House Democrats spoke for hours on the floor, criticizing the bill and its impacts on the election.
A yes vote is, in fact, a vote to strip 28% of African-American voters in this state, or approximately 1.4 million citizens, of their voice in Congress. A yes vote is a vote for Jim Crow-like policies that suppress and dilutes the votes of minority communities.
Lawmakers took up the effort to redistrict in the last few weeks of this year's legislative session after a U.S. Supreme Court case gutted parts of the Voting Rights Act. It prompted several southern states to reevaluate their maps ahead of the midterm elections, aiming to send more Republicans to D.C. The current proposal would also push back the primaries for those 7 U.S. House races from June to August, even though those ballots have already been printed. Hundreds of overseas military voters have also already sent their ballots back in, and votes in those congressional races would likely be thrown out.
We tell that service member we ain't gonna count it, because in the middle of election, one man made a phone call and we gave up every value we say we have.
Now, of course, JR, this is supposed to be the first day of what is going to be a very long process. Now, the House will be back on Monday, and they still have several amendments to go through, and they're also expected to take that key second reading vote to move the bill forward. Now, of course, once the House does pass the bill, it'll still need to go through the Senate as well. JR?
Josie, I'm curious, before you go, I know we had some protests outside the State House earlier this week. Were there protests out there again today about this matter?
None that I saw inside or outside the building, JR. As you said, that's been kind of ongoing throughout the last week. It was actually pretty empty at the State House today.
All right, Josie Frost outside the State House, thank you so very much. We have much more on today's House action. Just look for the story on our website, WLTX.com. You can also download the WLTX app for free on your TV or phone to watch.